and that, of course, is the Premiership coach. Damo, Kano, introduce him.
Well, we just had the Norm Smith medalist, TJ. We've now got the Premiership winning coach for the 2021 season, Simon Goodwin, who was, been again, good enough to wander down and have a chat to us. What's it feel like holding that up last night?
Oh, it was just brilliant. You know, it's 57 years and ended up taking it to bed with me and sleeping with it. So, yeah, no, it did. It was pretty special. Our supporters have waited a long time, and it was a really special moment for the group and our supporters, and just the way we did it was just incredible.
Take us through the way that you did do it, Goody.
Yeah, look, obviously we got off to a really fast start, and then, you know, I thought the Bulldogs really challenged us, especially around the footy, and then we were losing a lot of contests behind the ball. But as soon as we stiffened up behind the ball and then our centre bounce crew went to work, it was a very explosive, powerful, you know, last 5 or 6 minutes of the third quarter.
Congratulations, Goody. Every time I hear a Melbourne player speak this year, it's about you and how calm you are. You don't raise your voice. You're very tactical. And I thought early when the heat was on, that was on show with your players, particularly Christian Salem down back, who I don't think fumbled once, 96% effectiveness. But your calmness transferred to the players all night.
Yeah, Brandy, we've something we've worked on all year. You know, worked on our ability to reset under pressure and stay calm and understand what the game needs. And, you know, we'd been in that position for a while, you know, in a number of games this year. I remember a game against Brisbane up in Sydney in about round 11 where we were 20 points down at half-time. And this group's got an amazing ability to reset themselves and understand what the game needs and then be able to hit the scoreboard when required. So there was a bit of calmness in the group, and, you know, we had some clear solutions at half-time when we went to work.
Hey Simon, congratulations. I saw Darren Burgess come in and say a few words to you just as you were about to, I think, go past them, or you got within one goal. Do you remember that and what he had to say at that moment?
Yeah, look, he was just talking about the work that we'd done. We were running well, and we felt like we still had plenty left in the tank. And you know, he's done an enormous job with our fitness, as have the other high-performance guys. And you know, it's been one of the hallmarks of our team, our ability to run and work, and right to the end. And we knew that we'd have the legs, and you know, it proved to be the way.
You were such a young man when you won 2 premierships as a player with the Adelaide Crows. You were huge in those grand finals. Can you tell us how the feeling compares as a coach to that of a player?
I think when you sit here now, you realise how hard they are to win. And, you know, I was a very young man when I won my two as a player. But, you know, now as a coach and seeing the journey of this group and this club, and obviously it's been 23 years since I've, you know, been in this position again as a coach. It's just the reward and the effort that goes into a moment like this is something that I'll certainly hold very dear to my heart and something I value really highly. So incredibly proud of our footy club and our people, but you know, they're so hard to win and just so pumped to be here.
Simon, Lloydie referenced Darren Burgess there. So many key decisions made going into the game, mainly around Stephen May, who was told after the game there was a 6-centimetre tear in his hamstring. They didn't tell him that before the game. Darren Burgess said it could have been an injury that may have seen him miss 7 weeks of footy had it not been a grand final. That's a high-stakes call for you and your team to make.
Yeah, it was, you know, and I got trust in our medical department. They do a wonderful job, and, you know, we got the scan and we had a look at what it looked like, and, you know, they made a pretty clear decision they were going to treat it clinically, and every step of the way he passed all his tests. You know, he all his strength markers, all his stuff was right on track. He trained, he didn't miss a beat, and in the end, you couldn't not pick him. You know, he trained fully on Wednesday and Friday, and it was like, well, we've got to take this risk. But if he hadn't have trained properly Wednesday, we wouldn't have picked him.
What about you, Goody? Like, you've been under so much pressure. Did you feel it, but you never lost faith in the group? That was what it always came through, your unwavering faith and belief in this group.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, at the end of 2019, it was really tough. You know, we finished 17th, we'd won 5 games, and we were probably struggling to deal with expectation. And personally, myself, I was struggling as well. You know, the game was getting hold of me and the stresses and pressures, and I made some changes. I got some mentors away from the game that really changed my look at, you know, how I saw things. And you know, I believed in this playing group and I believed in the journey we're on. And we made some inroads in 220, but you know, this year was really about the players. You know, their ownership and drive to build a culture and to build a team that they wanted to play for each other. And you know, you get the rewards in the end.
Simon, I was just going to ask you, you know, obviously those guys that we saw on the podium there, they're the ones who are the heroes this morning with the medallions and yourself. But just watching you on the sidelines there in the final 5 minutes when the result was beyond doubt and you could actually, you know, sort of break the shackles in terms of your celebrations and the way you sort of went to each and every person on the bench, it really reinforced the fact that there is a team behind the team.
Yeah, look, it's way more than a senior coach footy clubs. You know, you need a lot of good people to build a strong footy team and a strong footy department. And you know, some people have put in an extraordinary amount of work. And you know, it's very rare that you get in footy where you get a really unified footy club, a unified footy department. There's no ego. They're humble. They do their job. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm someone that sits there and is able to get the benefit of that. But the work that goes in from those people is extraordinary, and they got their right deserve yesterday.
Hey, well done, Goody. Billy here, mate. Who's your favourite player? And did you think about bringing the medical sub on at the end there?
Oh, we spoke about bringing the sub on at the end just to get him on, JJ. You know, it's tough to sit there for the whole grand final. Harmsy said, I'm cramping up, whack JJ on, and we checked with the medicos. You can't put him on for a cramp. So we tried our best, but I love them all. I love them all. There's just some guys that have been here a long time. You know, Jack Viney, what he's given to our footy club. Yeah. From the day I walked in, all he said is, I want to be part of a great footy team and a great footy club, and he's worked incredibly hard. You know, the story of Max Gawn, where he's come from. And then you just spoke to the guy, you know, Christian Petrarca and Clayton Oliver. They're like kids to me. They're you see them grow from young guys when they first walk into grown men, and you know, I couldn't be prouder of some of those guys.
Simon, the Norm Smith medal voting's been discussed already this morning. Were there some names outside of that you're particularly impressed with? The news out of the rooms was that Brayshaw had a massive game, and so too did Jackson.
Yeah, I thought Brayshaw was unbelievable. You know, his contest work on the wing, I thought his 10 or 15 minutes in that third quarter was extraordinary. And Jackson's ability to go in the ruck, and I think it typified our team, you know, that Jackson was able to go in the ruck for 10 or 15 minutes and be really dynamic. And Maxie came to the bench and he said, Jacko's hot, just leave him there. So, you know, we left him in there. And I think that's the trust that, you know, our players have in each other. You know, Maxie was probably our best player in the prelim, but for him to come and say, leave Jacko in the ruck, it says a bit about our team.
And Goody, I've got no doubt you had one of the greatest speeches of all time ready, but unfortunately Basil just didn't let you speak.
Yeah, I got shafted, didn't I? Yeah, I didn't know what happened there. I had it all ready to go. I had the cheat notes and a few sponsors we needed to get out. But
give the speech now, Goody.
Do it now.
Yeah.
I just would have said to the supporters and everyone at home, you know, this is us, this is who we are, and they should be so proud. So, you know, hopefully all the supporters back home are enjoying it. I know they're in lockdown, but you know, speaking to a few, I know they're singing a few beers.
No, that's
Goody,
great
we'll let
stuff.
you go. You got so much to do. We thank you so much for your time. Obviously, congratulations, and one last message maybe for those Melbourne fans at home that could only watch it with their own family yesterday.
Oh, just enjoy it with your kids. This is a new generation of Melbourne. You know, we've missed a lot of generations of success, and now we get our kids to enjoy it, and hopefully there'll be lots of Melbourne scars going for many years to come.
All right, and Simon, I've had great success with this theory so far. Do you reckon when Caleb Daniel flung Max Gawn into the turf, was that the turning point, do you think?
I'm struggling to remember it, actually.
Well, I'm going to get someone to agree with me on this one. At some point.
Message for the fans.
Sorry. Hey, Goody, well done. Congratulations. You're down in football history now, and it was one for the ages, that's for sure. So we really appreciate your time this morning.
No, thank you, and thanks for all the support. Appreciate it.
Right, well done. Simon Goodwin joining us there, the Jock McHale medalist, i.e. Premiership coach.